exists is because one of my favourite actors is in it. But to be honest, that actor only had a very small part in the film, which I didn't really know. So, but that was the main reason why I felt inspired to watch it. But to be honest, it wasn't my favourite film. I think there are some murder mystery and suspense heavy films which I probably enjoyed more than this one, but it still created a cozy, exciting movie night, Home Alone experience for me. I won't go into too much detail about my full review on that film or how I feel about it, because I will save that for my other YouTube channel, Otterstrata. That is my non-ASMR YouTube channel with vlog content and things like that. I thought it would be quite fun to include a movie review as part of my next vlog, so that will be in my next video on that channel, but just so that I'm not boring you, I won't repeat my review too much. But yes, just for a little brief summary for my ASMR listeners, ASMR content enjoyers, I probably wouldn't give it a very high rating, but I still enjoyed watching it, and I appreciated the unique concept. But yeah, not my favourite film, but yeah. Okay. I don't like giving negative reviews on things. I feel like I always try to, sorry, just putting my remote down there, to give positive reviews, because I always feel really bad. I don't like the thought of anyone who helped to make that film watching this video and then feeling disheartened about the fact that I wasn't so keen on it, but I'm like, I'm a very small channel. I don't think anyone who made that film is going to be watching my ASMR videos, but if they are, I still appreciate all of the hard work that goes into making a film, and script writing, and the film crew, and the editing crew, and the actors, and all of the pre-production team and everything. So yeah, I have a lot of respect, and I still feel like they put together a good film. There are just different reasons why. There were just a couple things that I didn't like about it, but I will save those details for the video on my other channel. Okay. The second item number 2, not 1 but 2, item number 2 is an orange carrot hand fan. An orange scary sometimes. It kind of feels like being back at school and having a teacher and needing to show your homework to your teacher. It's a little bit like that, but the homework is all of the job applications that you've been making or interviews that you've been prepping for, CV prep, skills learning, portfolio making, contacting people, all of that kind of stuff. It's like looking for a job becomes your full-time job, if that makes sense. Anyways, I'm rambling. So I was supposed to have an appointment with my work coach, or like my work teacher, who helps you to keep on top of everything. And my mum gave me a lift to the place where I was supposed to have it, but at the very last moment I found out that my work coach could not make the appointment and it had to be moved to a telephone appointment instead. And I don't blame the work coach, or like, I don't like to get angry in these situations because I'm sure that that person had good reasons for it, you know, like maybe needing to go home sick suddenly or family emergency. You just have no idea what might be going on in someone's situation, so I always try to be understanding. But yeah, it was just a bit annoying to travel all that way and then have to do it over the phone, but I still managed to make it work. But I needed to find a quiet place to have this like quite private, personal telephone appointment, and I couldn't find anywhere quiet within the building, so I had to go outside and sit on a bench to do my phone call. But it was so windy. I was like really trying to hear what my work coach was saying on the other end of the call, but it was like I was shivering with my phone in my hand, and like my hair was blowing like completely that way. I look like Sonic the Hedgehog or something, like. And when I finished my phone call, I met my mom so that we could go home together, and I could not walk in a straight line to the car because it was so windy, and I made eye contact with someone who was just like laughing at me because like I was wiggling all over the place. I remember when I was in uni, I was friends with someone, and she told me that if you don't want to be blown around in the wind, you need to eat cake, because apparently cake makes your body mass heavier or something. I can't remember. To this day, I still don't know if that is true. But whenever it's windy, I always think of that thing that friend said, which is funny. I haven't spoken to that friend in a really long time, so I hope that she's doing okay. The friendship ended quite abruptly and with a lot of confusion in it as well, and I've always wondered what was going on with that friend at the time when she suddenly disappeared, and yeah, I just hope that she's doing okay. Okay, that was item number 2. Why is it shaped like a carrot? Let me just log into my computer so that the audio is definitely recording. Trying to not knock like random gift type things, hand fans. Yeah, it sold some cute stuff, to be honest, and I've just always had that, and I always keep it in my bag in case I get too warm. I'm very sensitive to like heat. I don't know why, just like heat and my body do not agree with each other. Okay, I'm a vampire. Okay, oh gosh, why did I say that? I don't know. Okay, do you know what? This next item is gonna make me seem even more like a vampire. Oh, this is so random. Okay, the next item is... Actually, can you guess? This is a clothing item. myself, and I've not seen them for a really long time, so it was nice to catch up. I feel like my cheeks are a little bit red because I was sat near a fireplace before filming this video. So I think the heat is still leaving my body. Again, me and heat, we have a love-hate relationship with each other. But yes, the funny thing is that these gloves actually have nothing to do with the showcase that I recorded this week. But I didn't have any souvenirs from the dance showcase to show you because I guess if I was gonna show anything to represent that event, I probably would have picked a camera or some of the camera equipment that I was using, but I was using my friend's camera equipment, so it does not actually belong to me. So I can't really bring any of that camera equipment for today's show and tell, but I was feeling inspired by the topic of dance, and these gloves still relate to that theme because I wore them as part of a dance costume back in the day when I used to dance. Just taking them off so I can create some different kinds of sounds for you. I wore these gloves as part of my costume for a duet. Duet, duet, duet. Just bringing my chair closer. This showcase was a K-pop dance themed showcase. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, it stands for Korean pop, which is basically where the showcase features dance choreographies from the music videos from Korean pop artists. K-pop groups and solo artists often have a lot of dancing in their music videos, kind of like the 90s, you know, all of the boy bands and the girl groups, and there would always be lots of like tiring dance choreographies throughout the song. It's a little bit like that, but like on steroids. It's kind of hard to define the genre of K-pop dance. Sometimes it's like a mashup between street dance and contemporary. Some like Michael Jackson influences at times. It's like a little bit of everything depending on the vibe of the song. So yeah, the dance group who I used to dance with, we would learn the choreography choreographies from these music videos and then perform them either during showcases, or we would perform them outside and record it to then upload it to YouTube as like a dance cover in public kind of video. Or we would sometimes enter dance competitions with these dances that we had learnt, but like K-pop dance competitions. I guess this might be fun to know for any K-pop fans out there, but the duet that I did was a Taemin medley. Taemin medley. Taemin medley. A medley of Taemin songs. Taemin is a solo artist in Korea, but he is also part of a Korean boy band called SHINee. His solo music is very... I'm trying to find an appropriate way to describe it. Very like groovy, a little bit like slowed down, a little bit like sultry, like a little bit like, I don't know. I'm trying to like explain it in movements. Anyways, me and my friend both really loved his solo music, so we decided to create a mashup of his songs and then find creative ways to perform all of these different choreographies in a short space of time. We did it in a way where we like started off together, and then I went off stage and my friend did a solo piece, and then we came back together for a duo piece, and then she went off, and then I did my solo piece, and then we came back together for like a grand finale, so it was like a duet, then a solo, then a duet, then a solo, and then like a big dramatic duet. But there were, very kindly, some of our friends agreed to be backup dancers for this medley, so they also went on and off stage to create a feeling of like excitement and change of energy, and slowly, dance by dance, more and more backup dancers came on stage until the very last song everyone was on stage, just to really create that like dramatic finale vibe. The first song was called Move, probably the most chilled out, slow song of all of the songs in the medley, and one of Taemin's most well-known songs, I would say. That was me, my friend, and then two backup dancers, and then it was just her doing her solo piece, which was the choreography to a song called Press Your Number. Press number. Wait. I was just trying to remember then if it's press my number or press your number. If there's any Taemin fans out there, I'm sorry if I just got that wrong. That's such a good song though, such a good song, and she absolutely killed it. Like, she slayed that solo. It was really cool. And then we came back together. We came back together for another like duet, and this was a song called Want. I think that was one of my point, so there were 6 of us on stage, and we danced together. It was like, you know, like the pace was starting to pick up a little bit, and then it was my turn to do a solo, which was to a song called Criminal. One of my favourite K-pop choreographies of all time. And yeah, and then we joined back together, and then I believe there were like, was it like 6 or 8 backup dancers on stage, so like everyone, plus me and my friend, for the grand finale, which was to a song called Advice. Advice, advice, advice. Very dramatic song to end with. The song ends with quite like a funny move. There's like a little piano sound at the end, and the original choreography has this moment where he does like he crosses his hands and lets them flop in the air, and we were stood back to back and we did that at the same time. It always just felt like such a funny way to end the medley. But yeah, that was just a fun little dance story time. I've not actually danced in a very long time, and I believe there is a part of me that deeply misses it. But because I moved back to my parents' house, I'm quite far away from the city, so it's a little bit difficult to get to dance rehearsals. So that's one reason why I've had to put it on hold. But also, I guess like a while ago, the last time that I performed on stage, I had a little bit of a like health anxiety moment. It wasn't anything too crazy, don't worry. I just felt a little bit like ill, a little bit not good during rehearsals, and I felt like I lost a lot of energy, and I was really, really nervous about whether I would have it in me to perform the actual piece during a showcase. And the good news is that I did. I didn't give up, and I just had to like really preserve my energy during the performance. In the rehearsals, it could be that I just like used too much energy too quickly, which was the reason why I felt a little bit ill afterwards. There is like a logical explanation to it, but I think mostly due to my OCD, when an experience like that happens, I tend to obsess over it a little bit, and just logging into my computer here, and it takes me a very long time to build confidence back up, because I'm so convinced that it's gonna happen again, even if it doesn't make sense for it to happen again. So yeah, I feel like I've not danced in a while because of that experience, but I really don't want to let it stop me from dancing, because I used to absolutely love it. I felt like it gave me confidence, and I guess, you know, it's just nice to dance with people who have shared interests. So yeah, I'm really hoping to get back into it. I just need to work on some personal dinosaurs take place. But I don't even know what's going on with that situation, because that all depends on what job I go into next, about like where I'll be based. So we will see. We will see. Oh, my glasses made a funny noise then. Okay, that is all 3 items for this week's show and tell. We had the black fake leather gloves because of the dance showcase that I recorded, but technically these gloves were from a memory from a few years ago. We had the orange carrot hand fan to represent how windy it was in the UK this week. Like a little bit of a ASMR weather forecast. And we had the TV remote because I was watching some TV and films when my parents were away. Quite a simple story time, but I didn't really get up to that